Let's give Hoy the biggest birthday present by committing atrocities, by mass casualties in a giant German-Bulgarian war.
Yeah.
That's... Happy birthday, Hoy! Oh, dear. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this, the final part of the Hearts of Iron 4 5-year anniversary multiplayer. We have had twists, we have had turns, we have now set up a completely different scenario. I'm joined by Mordred Viking. Hi,
Hello.
Mordred. It's like the Wednesday weekly streams. My brain is fried. You're going to have to do a lot of the making sense. I'm just going to have to be here as a pretty face and smile.
We're just about 500 years in the future, and there are things in the sky. What are those?
Damn flying machines dropping bombs on me! Yes. So, Mordred, do you want to run us through what has happened in this scenario while I get the ball rolling and what's been set up?
So I bring grave tidings that there has been some strife within the Team Poland, and it has been decided that Germany is better off alone. Germany has broken with the Third Bulgarian Empire, and there is now going to be a conflict between them. Commanders from the old Team Denmark have flocked to either side, so we now have Dankus and Bokoen. Yeah, that would no, that would just show one player. In the German Reich. I think that Bokoen's actually playing in Vichy, France, but Dankus is still in Germany. Then we have got Unhistorical, Torio, and...
Look at the chat. The chat log will have the people's flags on it. It'd be Unhistorical, I think.
Torio, Daniel, and Unhistorical are currently taking over the Third Bulgarian Empire, and we're going to have a major showdown between those two nations to see which rises to the top as the true inheritors of this magnificent Poland.
World. Yeah, it's like, let's also keep an eye on the Canadian-US front. The US made a major push, and Canada is on its death knell right now. They are still fighting on. We spoke to them in the break, and Team Turkey is willing to valiantly keep on going. They are going to keep trying, and we cannot fault them for that. However, Montreal's got no troops in it. Who's going to reinforce first? Is it going to be the race is on? Oh, no!
The Americans have won.
The Americans. Oh,
Mexico coming in.
There they go.
And there it goes.
There goes Canada. Canada have capitulated. The war is not over, but so many troops have been trapped. I'm guessing the battleground is going to be Brazil now. Team Turkey. Oh, that is...
Wait, did all the troops that Japan had expeditionary to Canada, were they lost as well?
Do they return home?
Oh, maybe. One way to find out, there should be a flag here saying troops on the way home.
Or do they just insta-die?
I have a really bad feeling they just die.
Oh, no. Check the deaths, because it will come up as war deaths, won't it?
Japan, 2.3 million. US, 1 million. Yeah, I reckon that's happened.
They have 433 divisions, though.
They do. Where are they all? Mostly bordering against the Bulgarians for some reason.
Well, and there's loads in China as well. But 50 divisions of Manchukuo. So obviously they were
191 here. Hey, hang on, what's this?
All of the bicycles! The bikes! I love that. Please say they're going to just do a bicycle rampage through Bulgaria.
It kind of looks like that's what they've got planned, yeah.
Team Turkey. Look at Canada. Cape Commune.
Oh, they gave it
to South Africa.
South Africa, yeah.
Ugh. I'm not sure about those borders.
South Africa and North America, apparently. I don't think there's ever been a more spread out nation than this.
Look at the logistics of Bulgaria. They've got over 1,000 factories. They have almost 1 million guns. They're making 1,000 guns a day. 1,000 guns a day. I don't think people that could compute what that looks like.
let's compare that to Germany, who have 169,000 guns. They're making none at the moment. Their entire strength is going to be down to the tanks. It's going to be whether the masses of manpower and guns that Bulgaria can throw at this border can hold. And actually, I think the big threat that Bulgaria is going to face here is the only bit that actually needs to fall is like this. Like everything else that Bulgaria owns right now doesn't matter. All of their victory points are in here. And that, I think, is where we're going to see the big thrust of the German military coming in.
Yeah, they've got to keep a hold of that capital, Sofia. I just want to point out that Bulgaria right now is making more guns a day than the modern day US by a long shot.
I also, like, when we started today, I did notice that Bulgaria actually had more civilian factories than Germany, and that is now true by really quite a large extent. So industrially, if Bulgaria can hold against this first wave, they would probably win just through attrition. The question is whether these infantry units are going to hold out against the 64 divisions that Germany has, being controlled by 2 micro-specialists.
I would personally be trying to spam out all sorts. You've got to have a lot of captured equipment, so bring in some pure anti-tank divisions, like 10 widths, like 1 step behind the line to reinforce, things like that. Oh yeah, that's the thing, people. In Hoi 4, 1 gun equals 10 guns, really, I believe, is how it's actually mathematically calculated. It's just that it's cut down for integers reasons in the game's code. So 1 gun is not 1 actual gun. It is 1 production line of guns, if that makes sense, or 1 production output of guns. So that's where I'm trying to do the maths. Netherlands are, I think they're staying with Team Germany. I think they are part of that block. So it's France, Germany, and the Netherlands versus the might of the Bulgarian trio. Can we just appreciate these naval invasion plans coming out of the UK as well?
They are quite impressive, and this is a Torior special right here.
Yeah, this is Torior. This is also just, this is what we saw happen or try to happen over the Black Sea. It is just those tendrils of invasion from all directions. And the thing is, yes, this also, what's Bulgaria's navy like? Because this might not even fire.
That's a lot of submarines.
That's
an awful lot of submarines. And he's building more.
Certainly enough to get those naval invasions to fire. You don't think the Bulgarians will last 30 minutes? Well, let's find this out. Let's do a poll. Who is going to win this war? How do I do a poll again?
And yeah, Germany has also been building a whole bunch of submarines. So it's going to be submarines versus submarines. Neither side has any destroyers. So naval invasions, I don't think that this is actually going to work because they'll not get the naval superiority required. Mm-hmm. And even if they do, everyone will die on the way. Plus, quite frankly, just with the number of troops that we were seeing in Britain, and in fact, he's bolstering it, he's bringing more in, but I don't think that's going to be enough. You probably want actually more like 100 divisions here in the UK to pull this off and hold it. That's going to be just a distraction.
Right, we're going to run a 5-minute poll in chat. The Thunderdome. Team Germany or Team Bulgaria? Who's going to win the Thunderdome? Let's give Hoi the biggest birthday present by committing atrocities, by mass casualties in a giant German-Bulgarian war.
Yeah.
That's... Happy birthday, Hoi! Oh, dear. It's the 6th of June. The game paused.
Bulgaria trying to get a couple more seconds of life before the German fury descends upon them.
It's all about to break down.
There it is. 3rd Bulgarian Empire declared war, so Bulgaria got the offensive. So Germany has no manpower.
The war calls, the war calls. People stuck behind the war calls. The horns of Bulgaria begin as the cavalry of the Bulgar tradition.
Germany actually does have more behind them than I kind of anticipated initially. Poland, Vichy, Scandinavia, North Africa. But this is the bit we're most interested in. So Germany is trying to push at the moment. There are a lot of red bubbles at the moment, which is not looking good for them. That's the Bulgarians holding firm with one exception, two exceptions just over here.
It should be said as well that Bulgarians had the industrial capacity to pump out forts, which we didn't check if they were doing or not. We should also check on spy networks because
yes,
Torio has been being masterfully on a spy. They're just not guarding it here, obviously.
That's a bit of a backdoor right there. But yes, they were building fortifications. They've actually got up to level 7 already, which is really impressive.
It's what over 1,000 factories will do for you.
You have a breakthrough.
You have a breakthrough. In Sunuti? Somewhere in Hungary. Oh, no, Poland. Is that Polish or... I don't know. I am not sure if that's naturally... Oh, it's Ukraine. We're in the Ukraine. I am in a different map zoomed in to where I thought I was. Good for me. I'm great at geography.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in Bessarabia. Yeah, I was trying to think. This is Romania. Can you observe them from the Bulgarian perspective? There is no stream for them, so we don't know how this perspective is. Oh, of course.
Are you sure you want to see this?
This is criminal. This is honestly criminal. You got enough political power. Get yourself some generals out. Come on.
True, he does. Especially this guy with 427 divisions.
That is modern day Moldova, apparently. Thank you, Pio. I want to give a quick shout out to viewer Poet. You have been clutch today on a lot of information. Thank you for correcting me most of the day and being my brain when I don't have one.
He's one of my moderators. Cheers, Poet.
I thought I recognized him. Them. Also, there's naval invasions in.
The British invasion. Oh, jeez! I was right. Those submarines.
My lord! It's sub on sub. Look at that undersea warfare. Just look at the German subs versus the Bulgarian subs. There's so much submarine combat. You could probably walk across the channel by standing on submarines.
Oh,
playing hopscotch.
They have managed to do a couple of successful landings, and they have got a couple of ports here. The question is going to be whether they can hold Brittany. I think that Brittany is going to be the key to this, because Brittany is just really easy to defend. You basically just need to hold these 3 provinces, and then you have 2 very large ports right here.
Yeah.
Oh, we're paused again. We're at speed 1. I think someone's lagging.
Yeah. Probably myself.
I wonder why. So it does look like Torio was able to bring in a lot more divisions over here. I was saying you probably need about 100. I think he got double that in the end, judging by these numbers here.
Yeah, I'm gonna personally try to keep an eye on the Togo machine. France is gone.
France is gone.
I'm guessing low war support caused a really early French capitulation there.
Must have. It looks like the Netherlands is holding out rather better than their French allies, but the collapse of this front, it means that all of these units, if they survive the submarines, are just going to come flooding in. We do have
the ones in the Pyrenees are also going to be trapped now.
We have the collapse of the Alpine border against Italy coming in around the back of them, and this is actually going to be really good for Germany because it means that they can go through Switzerland and keep these guys supplied. Yeah, the ones in the Pyrenees probably a bit screwed, although there is a big Portuguese invasion sweeping across Spain right now.
These lines are fluctuating hard. We should also briefly at one point check what's going on in the Americas. If the divisions of Turkey are going in, there's Dutch invasions there in Greece. Have Team Turkey jumped in on this? Cuba still standing firm.
Cuba
obviously is one of the hardest places to take in Hoi naturally because it's one width all around, and you can't, if you don't land on the ports, it's very hard to break the Cubans off of them because also then all their major VPs are ports, therefore they have a lot of supply.
Oh, the gun situation. Bulgaria is down to 10,000 infantry equipment from the 750,000 that they started with. I think there's just a lot of guns going out to a lot of different troops at the moment, so those units.
I
are gonna
also
get
think
beefier.
they put about 1,000 horses.
Because I am noticing all of these units are like severely under strength. So these are ones that have just been converted from the cavalry units, the massive stack of troops that we saw here, and are being turned into infantry to hold this line. Because Bucharest has already fallen. We did say that this is the Achilles heel. If too much of this falls, then Bulgaria just loses.
Yeah. And look at that. We got Dutch divisions almost at Sofia, coming from Thessalonica, coming up through Greece.
I'm going to switch to Germany. I can't see a thing with those troops in the way. Okay, so yeah, Netherlands Marine divisions pushing in through the south, and I seem to remember the Dutch Marines were really quite beefy.
Torior is lagging behind.
I wonder why. Meanwhile, hundreds and hundreds of troops are just being lost in the river crossings. How many convoys does Bulgaria actually have? They have enough, but they are using 700 for trade and supply at the moment. 700. That's a few.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the Italian front has been cut off entirely. It did look like Torio was kind of guarding this mountainous area and kind of sacrificing Italy to the altar that is Germany. But we do have an...
Okay, continue.
We do have a attack coming in through Hamburg, striking into the north of Germany, moving in towards Berlin, though the Dutch are currently rallying in support of that northern frontier. The Dutch lines themselves held, but we are starting to see a couple of Bulgarians striking against Belgium and Luxembourg. But really the danger is over here. It's going to be whether they can hold enough of Bulgaria proper.
Wow, this is a sight to behold. What are the casualties looking like?
Oh, they're on the outskirts of Sofia. The Netherlands are about to march into Sofia. I'm going to keep you right there so I can keep an eye on this. So the Bulgarians have lost 1.2 million. The Germans have lost 68,000. It's a bit of a difference, most likely because of the submarine sinkings.
There goes Sofia. There goes Sofia.
There goes Sofia. Bulgaria is halfway to capitulation. So they do still need to take a lot more than I was actually expecting. I'm not 100% sure of what Bulgaria considers core at this stage. Because I think one of the reasons that Torio likes Bulgaria is they can core a lot of stuff. And in fact, yeah, it looks like the entirety of the Balkans is Bulgarian cores. So it's not just that, it's that. So Germany and the Netherlands probably hoping for a quick capitulation there, but now they're realizing, oh, we're going to need to go into the middle here, which is Yugoslavian territory. And let's take a quick look over at the Americas, not seeing any.
Well, there's interesting facts are happening with the in the Americas right now. Brazil, because it's lost its allies, it's decided to garrison Cuba, one of the victory point nations, just to stop the other team from taking it.
They have as well. That's awesome.
That's just like it was. That is a move of, well, if I can't have it, you can't have it.
I mean, it's legit. It's robbing their opponent of victory points.
Yeah,
let's see this from the Dutch perspective. Yes.
Of course, you picked the Dutch perspective, Mordred.
Although I must say, I was very, very disappointed when I checked the save before we started today. The Netherlands had a grand total of 3 dockyards. 3. For what is arguably, well, in fact, not even arguably, what is the greatest submarine nation in the game. Because they have some amazing admirals, which they're not even using. Poor old Helfrik's just sitting in retirement at the moment. Oh no, there he is. Still had the Bulgarian selected. So Helfrik is here. He's doing his thing. Best submarine commander in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Without any submarines to command. It was a sad sight. Meanwhile, we're paused again.
Yeah. Sorry. Multiple instances and multiple things. We'll unpause this. This is probably going to be the death of the Bulgarian Empire. This is
I am wondering if the Japanese are preparing any invasions, and in fact they are. There is a really ambitious invasion coming from mainland Japan all the way over here to Chile, which is incredibly ambitious. And at the moment,
isn't Chile
flipping
on
over
their
to here,
team?
it's been conquered. And it's currently unguarded.
Yeah, no, Japan and Chile and Brazil on the same team.
Oh, okay. In that case, they're just shipping some Japanese troops over here, probably to hold out against Mexico and America if they try to make a crossing at Panama, which so far they haven't. Meanwhile, over here in Bulgaria, we can see that the Dutch offensive seem to have been blunted somewhat. The Bulgarians are now shipping in a lot of extra troops, and they're going to need to be very careful that they... Well, actually, I was going to say don't lose the port, but they've already connected with the main German offensive here. Bulgaria, as it used to be, has now pretty much fallen. We do have some tanks just clipping away at these very, very under-strength units, but they just don't stand a chance, really, against the huge influx of German armor. And just to see what these units are supposed to be, they're supposed to be just 16 combat width infantry, but they're not getting the guns quickly enough. Actually, that's not true. They are getting the guns. It's... Why are they so weak?
Are they cut off from the capital?
Yeah, they only have
not
a quarter of the manpower.
I mean, they don't have a general right now, so they're going to have a slower percentage chance to refill those divisions.
Also true. Can I go? Thank you. Do they at least have them in a field marshal? That's one thing I want to check, because the field marshal would really help here. They do. Well, some of them do. These guys are under a field marshal, but all of these guys are not. And the units that we're seeing over here are these guys. So no field marshals for that. Probably just because Toryar has not had chance to actually organize properly. Meanwhile, the attack coming in. Go ahead.
I think I can hear the smoke from Toriar's computer coming out right now anyway, so
probably. The assault coming through Hamburg is now being blunted. We do still have a lot of Bulgarians, including several very strong Bulgarian units. I think they're planning to try and take out these Dutch units holding on to Schleswig-Holstein and then allocate those to the southern push. There are actually a lot of divisions moving over here. Should probably be doing some manual retreat orders just so they can fill this line in properly, but they just need to make sure that they hold on to Hamburg and the properties immediately around it. Also, the supply in this region is probably absolute garbage because of the blockade. And, in fact, I'm wrong.
Bless you.
Frog in the throat.
Ah.
48 out of 38 supply. I mean, the Schleswig-Holstein part is okay, but the southern bit, the Hamburger part, not so much.
Okay. The game has paused again. I'm just every now and then having to tab back in to check the speeds. Everything is... I'm pretty sure my own computer is burning now.
14 days of fuel. That is all that Germany have got left. 13. It's going down very quickly at the moment. And once that's done, I really don't know. Well, there are still some other places they can import from, and it doesn't look like their imports are being impeded at all by the Bulgarians. Bulgaria's got full fuel.
Yeah. How close are they to capitulation, however?
Halfway.
They've still got a lot. Okay. They could be surviving a lot longer.
8 million losses.
Holy moly.
To 143,000 Germans.
That is an astonishing amount of losses in 1 month. 1 month of game time.
However, Germany does have green air everywhere, most likely just because of the sheer weight of numbers they had. And I wouldn't be that surprised to see if Bulgaria, they've lost like 200 to 300 factories already at this point, whereas Germany hasn't really lost any. They're still at 500. So the industry gap is closed, and Germany just started with so much more better equipment that they needed. But 8 days of fuel, that's the ticking time bomb that they have facing them.
Yeah, but we saw Germany win with no days of fuel left last time. Maybe they'll do it again. It's so close with the USSR. They could have, if they just held the Caucasus just 2 weeks longer, they could have attritioned out the others.
And Bulgaria does have all of their submarines at the moment, just sitting off the coast of the English Channel, Eastern North Sea, and Bay of Biscay, just trying really hard to stop those American fuel supplies getting through. And at the moment, it doesn't look like they're meeting with a great deal of success on that. Oh, that's because they've set their submarines to patrol mode. Yeah, patrol's not going to catch very much. You've got to really use convoy raiding if you actually want to catch submarines. Patrol is more if you're trying to get what's it called? Superiority.
Superiority or find other ships.
Yeah, but using submarines to catch submarines, it's not going to work.
A couple of light cruisers with some radar and some sonar, and with a good scouting admiral, and you'll find everything.
Yep. Especially if you have a couple of recon planes buzzing overhead.
Yeah, I really underestimate how good recon planes are myself sometimes. I've only just started using them, and they are so useful.
Yep, they give you intel, which means you can see exactly where enemy units are. They add to naval intel when you're actually trying to find ships out at sea. Even if you're at peace, this is one of the great things about recon planes. If you're at peace and you have recon planes flying over neighboring territories, that builds intel for your nation. And it's a peacetime thing you can do. And it doesn't cost you civilian factories in the same way that using spies do.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have the German pincer slowly but surely punching its way through. Belgrade is currently firmly in the German tank sites, leaving a couple of little pockets behind them. We're paused again. Vidin has fallen. Tanks are trying to punch across from there.
Toriel's computer is like, it smells toast. It's not having a good time. He's currently 33 hours behind.
Okay. I mean, if he's behind, you probably want to let him catch up. And then on pause. Meanwhile, Germany determinedly moving troops just down the coast in Italy just to deny factories and ports to the Bulgarians. But I think at this point, the Bulgarians have pretty much gone, you know what, we just need to hold the homelands. And there are, in fact, 1 tank against 709 cavalry divisions. This is a battle I want to see, because the CAS has also inflicted 317 damage on these cavalry, and these cavalry just have no strength. They're completely out of supply. Very, very little amounts of organization, but there's just so many of them. There's 40 divisions fighting against the 1 division with 671 divisions in reserve, just in case they need a couple more horsemen there.
Interestingly, Toriel is now even further behind since pausing. I think his computer brain is coping, but his computer's brain is not.
He's caught up on mine. Oh no, I've
just caught up now.
Yes, observer. Okay. Keep on forgetting that this is through Parsec. We're both playing on a computer in Sweden right now, as opposed to.
Well, I'm also playing on my PC as well. That's the thing. I'm hosting right now, which is
that's true.
Partially part of the issue because I've got Twitch running, I've got this running, I've got Parsec running, I've got Discord running. It's whereas yesterday it was Josh was running off his PC because he's gone, he's done as of today. We have no more Adaway. It's fallen to my PC, my poor PC, and my poor 980 Ti is just going.
3.7
pretty decent internet, but I've got a very old graphics card at this point, and it cries.
3.7 million Bulgarians have died now.
Oh, Bratin, that was a poor pun.
348,000. Add away.
Bratin just, yeah. That was a sad but lovely pun.
Yes, defend the horsemen. Defend them! Even though that's Germany pinging the defense sign on the horsemen.
0. What are the... Oh god. Oh no. I clicked the battle. I wanted to say it made me lag. I love that these cavalry divisions have less supply than that tank. Massively.
Yeah, by a long way. How is the capitulation looking? We're at 79% towards capitulation. I think that these are the last gasps of a dying empire before the mighty armored tread of the German war machine.
Yeah, it's
these rate of casualties. I mean, Germany's 2.5 million. The Netherlands have got 1.4 million.
oh wow.
So are the Dutch actually doing convoy raiding now? Because that's the only way that they could have racked up that many.
They must be
all on
catching
patrol.
troops in the water.
Ah!
Ha ha! They found a way to break Mordred.
Oh, they managed that a while ago.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, all I need to do is just flip over to Bulgaria, and you'll see me break all over again.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Germany, just so tidy with a mere 290 divisions under this Witzebend command.
I'm thinking as well. So I've been toying with ideas of devising events for Hearts of Iron. I'm thinking it'd be really fun for one. We do like a devs versus the world kind of game, where we get a team of Paradox employees, and we do a chain of command kind of system.
Hang on, the Cape Commune has just declared war on Greater Portugal. That means that one of the other teams has just gone to war. So Team Russia has just declared war on Team Poland.
Oh, okay. In they go. Team Russia striking the first blow. I was just speaking to Vovoda in Discord. I was just like, oh, be aware, Europeans might be incoming. And he was like, so they've turned around and they said, nope, not going to have that. We're going to make the first blow. There they go.
So yeah, we have a couple of the South African troops fighting down here in Mozambique. We have naval engagements, a couple of Brazilian submarines. That's from the previous conflict. But I'm kind of wondering, like, what is their plan here?
They might just try and snipe VPs.
That is what I would expect, but I'm seeing a real lack of naval invasions, and also they can't go anywhere. They're trapped by the Japanese.
Ah, I see. With the Cape Commune, of course, that's the United States and Mexico.
Yeah, so the only one that can actually do anything right now is the Cape Commune.
Yeah,
And the only place they can really go to is Mozambique.
Yeah, Liberia, they could try to go for. Yeah, I don't know.
That was an interesting declaration. Like, had this been Japan, I would have got it. Because you would have had, like, Manchukuo declaring in. And also all of this is about to flip to Germany. Like, really, just about to. We're nearing the end here, I think.
In terms of Bulgaria's death, it's almost here.
98%. 6.9 million losses to the 492,000, of which only actually 185,000 were German. Ah, my mouse is
6.5 million. Yeah, sorry, I took over for a moment.
All right.
You can have it back. That was me accidentally tabbing in, thinking I'm still controlling my computer.
How dare you? 5 days of fuel. Oh, America just... Whose team is Portugal on? Are they on Germany's?
They're on Germany's.
That means the American oil has just been cut off from Germany. Except it's not, because America hasn't actually joined the war.
No. Mexico have landed in Cuba.
I paused again.
I know, everybody's lagging. Oh no, has my game crashed?
Something has happened. I'm just going to let this just, breathe for a minute.
There we go. It's the capitulation.
Ah.
It's coming through. It's the capitulation of Bulgaria. Wow. There we go. How long did it take? How many days?
That's a good question. I can't tell you what the date is right now.
I didn't see what the date is either. We'll look afterwards.
Or if someone could go back on the video and take a look.
Yeah, that would be
a way
great.
of- Scrub back August. 2 months and 5 days.
2 months and 5 days is all it took for the war machine to plow on through. Oh boy.
Well, we can now officially say that Team Poland have lost.
Actually, no, the faction stayed with Germany,
Yeah,
so
no, they did. They also won.
Team Germany, Team Poland is now. Well, no, Dankus is in charge. So now is it Team Sweden?
Yeah.
Or it's Dankus and Bo, so Team Nordic Union?
Kalmar Union.
The Kalmar Union?
Nordic Union, I think, would be more
Yeah.
palatable for them both.
We have had quite the event. I don't think there'll ever be a Hearts of Iron event like the one we have shown this
Neither do I.
last 2 days. What a way to celebrate the anniversary by doing the most crazy game we possibly can. So what we're going to do is I'll let everybody know.
Could we get the teams in here and have a bit of a
Yeah, I think we'll do a bit of a discussion.
talk about what went on?
God. Oh, the humanity.
Oh,
That was a heck of a fight over Bulgaria, though. You guys
Yeah.
lost like 6 million troops.
Without the lagging, I think we could have won. Because with the lagging, they could have put troops to defend my naval invasion. They had nothing there. I had 200 divisions rushing in. We could have won that. Well, it was awesome to be here, and I was glad I was invited. So yeah, Spain,
And-
Australia, and Bulgaria.
and then we had Team Russia and Team Turkey's combat, which was just a back and forth, and finally Team Russia pushed through. We've had such an interesting event. I think we're going to bring it to a close now. So we'll
Let's pull in the other players if we can get.
So
that going.
Yeah, I just want to thank for me.
Yes,
to play.
yes,
It
of
was
course,
crazy.
Daniel. This is
Insane.
a last event as officially in air quotes, even though you technically left on Wednesday.
Yeah.
This is your last event as a PDX dev. How's it been for you?
Ish. Still, but it was weird. It was a weird stream. This really reminds me of the first MP event I hosted myself when everything went wrong. And when hashtag blame Daniel started.
Yeah.
So it was nice to end on a super weird one.
Yeah, like it brings it full circle. You start with a strange event, and then you continue and you finish it with a strange event.
Yeah.
Like it's how the world works. Honestly, it's been one of the most bizarre multiplayers I've ever been a part of or had a witness to as well myself. And of course, there were issues with it. We had weirdness with the rules. Not everything was thought through in terms of how we thought things. Some teams went really heavy on it. Some people were just more relaxed. But I think it created a much more unique scenario. And
Indeed.
I think I hope the viewers had a interesting time at least. Hello everybody. Welcome on in. We're just doing some closing thoughts for the viewers, and we wanted to just take the time as well to say thank you to everybody for taking part. It's been lovely to have you all. I can't wait to actually myself go and view other perspectives, more so than what we've done with the in the casting manner. I can't wait to have a go and really divulge this. I hope that things have been good on your ends and such. And but yeah, so Team Turkey really valiantly fought. I loved seeing we were really lining up to see those bicycle divisions make a mad dash right at the end. But you did there was some really lovely play from you guys. Watching you smash the US fleet was great. Honestly, thank you again so much for being here, guys. Thank you so much for celebrating with us the Hearts of Iron 4 5-year anniversary throughout this week over on the social medias, on the streams, both Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and for your continued playing and support of the game. We will see you very soon back live here at Paradox. I'd like to thank everyone who has taken part, all the content creators, everyone that's worked to get this event running, those who've been in the casting chair, all of the, and most important, I want to thank you, the viewers, and you, the Hearts of Iron 4 players, for your continued support of the game and your continued enjoyment of the game, because Hearts of Iron 4 would not be anything without you. And we will see you very soon. Good night.